Marina had been standing for 15 minutes in front of the grocery store shelf. She couldn't decide between two brands of cereal. Meanwhile, a $500,000 opportunity was slipping through her fingers, and she had no idea. Today I'm going to tell you the story of Marina, a brilliant architect who almost lost everything because of a silent enemy that maybe you have too: the fear of making the wrong choice. If you've ever spent 20 minutes choosing what to watch on Netflix, this story will hit you hard. Stay until the end, because I'll reveal the technique Marina used to break free from this paralysis and how you can apply it starting today. Welcome to Stories to Grow, where stories become lessons that help you grow. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any story that could change your life. Marina was 28 when our story begins, an architect who graduated from UCLA with honors, excellent grades, always the student professors pointed to as the promise of the class. But there was a problem nobody saw. Marina could never make decisions. In college, she changed her thesis topic 5 times. When she graduated, she spent 8 months without accepting any job offers because something better always showed up the following week. You know those restaurants with 10-page menus? Marina was the waiter's nightmare. She'd read everything, ask about every dish, and when she finally decided, she always had that feeling of, maybe I should have ordered that other one. Her friends thought it was funny. Oh, Marina's just a perfectionist. But behind this cute indecision, something much deeper was happening. Marina lived in what I call infinite possibilities paralysis. She had created a toxic belief: if I wait a little longer, a perfect option will appear. It was as if she believed there was a magic door that led to the right choice, and all other doors led to failure. For example, when she decided to look for an apartment in LA, she visited 47 properties in 3 months. 47! She had Excel spreadsheets comparing every detail: living room 150 square feet versus 160 square feet, sun orientation, distance to the metro measured in yards. And you know what happened? While she was analyzing apartment number 48, number 12, which was perfect for her, was sold to someone else. Marina created what psychologists call imaginary opportunity cost. She couldn't choose A because maybe B was better. She couldn't choose B because maybe C was better, and so on. But then 2019 arrived, and an opportunity appeared that would change everything, or destroy her life. Marina worked at a medium-sized architecture firm when she received a call that changed everything. "Marina, this is Robert Davis from Horizon Construction. Your name came to me through a mutual client. We have a $500,000 project, and we want you as the lead architect." On the other end of the line, Marina almost fainted. It was the biggest project of her life. A high-end residential development. The kind of project you put in your portfolio that opens all doors. But then Robert added, "I need an answer by Friday. We're in a hurry to get started." It was Tuesday. Marina had 3 days to decide. And hell started in her head. What if I accept and can't deliver? What if something better shows up next week? What if it's a scam? What if? Marina spent all Wednesday making pros and cons lists. She called 5 friends asking for opinions. She researched everything about the construction company online. On Thursday, she discovered there was another architecture firm interested in the project. Great, she thought. This confirms it's a good opportunity. But at the same time, what if they're better than me? Friday arrived. Robert called at 10 a.m. "Marina, I need your answer."
And you know what she said? "Robert, I need a few more days to analyze this better." Robert was polite but clear. "Marina, unfortunately, I can't wait. I'll talk to the other firm." And he hung up. Marina sat on her couch, staring at the phone, feeling like she had lost the chance of a lifetime. But even in that moment, a little voice in her head said, "Relax. Another better opportunity will show up." But it didn't. 3 months later, Marina saw photos on social media of the project being built. The competing firm had accepted immediately and was posting construction progress. But reality only hit when Marina discovered information that devastated her. Robert Davis had liked the other firm's work so much that he signed a partnership contract for 5 more projects over the next 2 years. Marina hadn't just lost a $500,000 project. She had lost a career. It was at that moment she realized her indecision wasn't charming. It was a prison.
The following months were the hardest of Marina's life. She spiraled into regret and self-pity. Everyone around her knew about the lost opportunity. At the office, colleagues commented about the project that could have been ours. Marina felt judged, small. But it was on a Tuesday in September, during another decision crisis at the grocery store, this time between 2 types of bread, that Marina had her moment of clarity. An elderly lady in line behind her said kindly, "Honey, any bread will satisfy your hunger. The problem isn't choosing wrong, it's starving while you decide." Simple as that. But sometimes the deepest truths come wrapped in simple phrases. Marina bought both loaves, left the store, and cried in her car. Not from sadness, but from relief. She had finally understood. She wasn't afraid of choosing wrong. She was afraid of choosing. Because choosing one thing means giving up all others. And Marina had never learned to deal with this natural loss of life. That day, Marina made her first brave decision in years. She was going to change. Marina started by applying what she called the 80% rule. If an option met 80% of her criteria, she'd choose it. No more analysis, no more what-ifs. 80% was enough. In the first month, she applied this to small decisions. What series to watch, where to have lunch, what to wear. Each quick decision was a small victory. But the real test came 2 months later. Marina received 3 project proposals on the same day. Her brain immediately wanted to enter infinite analysis mode. But then she took a deep breath and applied her new rule. Project A met 85% of criteria. Project B met 90% of criteria. Project C met 75% of criteria. Choice: Project B. Decision made in 2 hours. And you know what happened? The project was a success. It wasn't perfect, no project is, but it was good enough to generate referrals and open new doors. 6 months later, Marina received another important call. "Hello, Marina. This is Robert Davis again. I remember you needed to think about it last time, but now I have another project and I need someone who makes quick decisions. Have you changed?" Marina smiled. "Robert, when do you need the answer?" "By tomorrow." "You have my answer now. I accept." And that's how Marina not only recovered the lost opportunity, but built a reputation as a decisive and reliable architect. Marina's story teaches us 3 powerful lessons. First lesson: the perfect choice doesn't exist. There's the good enough choice that you have the courage to make work. Second lesson: every choice has a real opportunity cost, but indecision has an even higher cost: the cost of lost time and missed opportunities. Third lesson: you can train your decision-making ability like you train a muscle. Start with small decisions and work your way up. Today, Marina has her own architecture firm. She told me something I'll never forget. I discovered it's better to make a good decision and adjust course than to stay paralyzed waiting for the perfect decision that never comes. And if you want to apply this to your life starting today, here's the challenge. In the next 24 hours, make 3 decisions you've been putting off for weeks. Could be small: what course to take, what book to read, who to call. Remember, 80% certainty is enough. You'll adjust the rest along the way. So, what decision are you going to make today? Tell me in the comments what choice you've been putting off and commit to deciding by tomorrow. If this story inspired you, hit that like button so the algorithm understands that real stories make a difference in people's lives. And subscribe to the channel because every week I bring a new story that can change your perspective on life. Until the next story, and remember, your life grows in proportion to your decisions. See you next time.